Hello, everyone. Today is Tuesday, and we want to get started. I'm excited to see your progress of your poster, your Africa poster, daily. So today, you don't forget you do need to do your eye opener, and you're going to upload your progress as well. I do want to make sure that you make sure you include everything that you have in your sketch. Make sure you draw big enough because you're drawing bigger on your poster. You want it to be done accurately. You want to have bright colors. You want it to be beautiful. So please make sure you do the best you can. I want to see examples of your work uploaded every day of your poster, so we can get some ideas to see how it's coming along. If you need a session with me in Zoom, you need to let me know, and we will go from there, and I can schedule you a Zoom meeting to look at your project and give you some ideas and feedback. So I want today to just show you some geographic information about Africa and share that with you while you're working on your poster.
In this tutorial, we will be discussing the geography of Africa. It is important to remember that geography is more than just the location of cities or important landforms. Geography is about how humans interact with the land in which they live. When we understand the landforms of a region and how that land has helped shape the decisions, culture, and economies of the people, we can develop a far better understanding of their history. Africa is the richest continent in the world in terms of natural resources, animal, and plant life. It is a land of variety and was home to some of the earliest civilizations. The northeast region of Africa is where the ancient Egyptians called home. With dry, desert conditions, life revolved around Africa's largest river, the Nile. The Nile flows north from the waters of Lake Victoria in the jungles of Tanzania and empties out into the Mediterranean Sea. Just before it flows into the Mediterranean Sea, it forms a large triangular delta that provides water to farms all over the region. Without much rain in Egypt, farming depended on the annual flooding of the Nile. The floodwaters saturated the banks to provide good farmland for the year. It's not a coincidence that one of the ancient Egyptians' most important gods was the god of the Nile. Much of North Africa shares a similar climate to Egypt, dry, desert-like conditions with little rain. There is a small strip of land in North Africa that has a Mediterranean climate and is good for agriculture. But just underneath this lies the vast expanse of the Sahara Desert. It stretches from the Atlantic Ocean in the west to the Red Sea in the east, and was a natural barrier to transportation in the ancient world. Sub-Saharan Africa is very different from the north. Around the equator and the western coasts lie the jungles and rainforests of the Congo River Basin. The jungles are very hot and humid, but are also very wet. The denseness of the area prevented substantial cities and settlements from forming other than on the coast. These jungles are also home to unique animal life. To the east of the jungles lie the highlands of Africa. These mountains are located on the Horn of Africa that juts out into the Indian Ocean. This range is the largest continuous mountain range in the continent. The elevation means the climate can be considered cooler than the rest of sub-Saharan Africa. There are flatter plateaus along the coast that help tie this region to the Middle East and India through trade. South of the highlands are the plains and savannas that make Africa famous. These are large areas of grasslands that are home to a lot of African wildlife and have a temperate climate with wet summers and dry winters. This region is also home to the tallest mountain in Africa, Mount Kilimanjaro. A dormant volcano that rises over 19,000 feet above sea level, this mountain and the area around it are considered a natural wonder. The southern region of Africa is also varied within itself. The coastal regions are relatively low-lying and smooth, but the interior can be hilly and rises in elevation to an interior plateau with some northern mountain ranges. There is good land for agriculture, and the southern tip of Africa, known as the Cape of Good Hope, offered respite for ships and sailors on the journey around the continent. Also off the southern coast of Africa is a natural wonder known as Table Mountain. It is a large, flat-topped mountain that attracts a lot of tourism today. Off the mainland coast of Africa, there sits the large island of Madagascar, home to a lot of animal life that resides in a warm and jungle-like climate. While Egyptian civilization is probably the most famous of Africa's early societies, other large kingdoms did form elsewhere. In the Eastern Highlands, the Kingdom of Ethiopia rose to prominence. It is one of the oldest kingdoms in the world and was able to retain its independence during the scramble for Africa in the late 1800s. In West Africa, the Songhai Empire, centered around Timbuktu, became one of the most powerful kingdoms in the continent. However, the size and geographic diversity of the continent made unification impossible. The Sahara Desert, equatorial rainforests, and mountains made trade and communication difficult. While some trade routes did exist, many of these regions were isolated from the others. East Africa was able to trade with Arabia and the Indian Ocean. Egypt was incorporated into the Mediterranean world. Western Africa traded with the North and the Mediterranean via trade caravan routes, but Southern Africa remained apart from the world for a very long time, with the exception of a handful of trade routes and travelers.
All right. Let's go ahead, click this. All right, so thank you guys for viewing that video. I wanted you to get a little bit of background and try to incorporate not just with art class, but want to try to incorporate other sort of mix some of the geography and science involved as well. But I wanted to talk with you about that and just get you some ideas and some information. So today what I need for you to do is to upload your progress and also include 5 facts from the video that you learned. So make sure that you incorporate and upload today 5 facts from the video that you learned. And I'm looking forward to seeing what you have learned from that video. So I'm going to make sure I type that in so you all can see that. All right, geography. Wonderful. All right, so please make sure you do that and upload your progress. And I am looking forward to seeing what you've done. And we will, if you need a meeting with me, let me know. Thank you.